Ourselves another 555 phone number from SNL. This is from Saturday Night Live, season 14, episode 3, in a sketch called Gay Communist Gun Club, where you have a gay communist gun club that has this TV show, and they have a call-in line, which of course is a 555 number. It's 555 GCGC, which is 555-4242. Okay, we'll put that in the phone books. But first, I'd like to thank One SNL a Day TikTok for posting this video where we found this 555. Oh, oh, oh. All right, guess what hand it's in? Right or left? Put your answers in the comment section. Right or left? Which hand is the golf ball in? With the blood moon in the sky, 1,000 years of darkness shall befall the human race. I'm just fucking with you. I'm not even a werewolf, if you could believe that. The left, you say? Well, let's find out. Well, you were right, Kevin Furious, and you won. Welcome to the 555 phone book, where we find 555 phone numbers in movies and television and put them in our 555 phone book. Okay, today we're going to be looking at some Netflix shows. Now, this first one is The Ozarks, and I personally could not tell you a lot about the show The Ozarks. I've never really watched an episode of it, but someone was watching it the other day, and I saw this episode where they have a 555 phone number featured in it. Now, you have this character called Ben. He's apparently missing, and they put out some missing posters, and of course, they have a 555 phone number. Here it is. Okay, up next we have this show called The Wilds, and I can tell you something about that. In this show, we have this sort of evil psychiatrist, and she strands these teenagers, two different groups, one boys, one girls, on these desert islands to study them, right? In this sort of amoral psychological game that she's playing. And in the groups, they have these moles, these spies for her, and they have a contact number that they're supposed to call her in case of emergencies. And here it is, another 555 phone number.
Wow, you really have her blood. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It just feels nice to have someone to blame.
There you go. 2 more for the road. I gotta say, as a fan of the original Rescue Rangers, I was very disappointed in this film. Okay, basic plot synopsis. Things take place in a Roger Rabbit type of world where you have cartoons interacting in a live action world with real people. In this iteration, the original Rescue Rangers was just a TV show, and Chip and Dale both acted on it. They were actors. And then years later, you know, Dale, he's a has-been actor. He's just trying to go to conventions to make ends meet, and he's always trying to get back into the game. And Chip's off working as an insurance agent. And then they get a call from their friend Monterey Jack, who ends up being kidnapped, and then Dale says, hey, let's investigate it like real Rescue Rangers. And you think, oh, that'll be a simple enough story. We'll have a hit on our hands. Just not the case. And I think the biggest problem with Chip and Dale was Chip and Dale. John Mulaney and Andy Samberg just did not bring their A game from this film. Their voice performances were just flat, and, you end up being bored. It does have a few funny gags here and there, but ultimately, it felt like a waste of time. Okay, let's just get into ratings. I rate films based on how much I paid to see it versus how much I actually thought it was worth. This was streaming on Disney Plus, so I didn't really pay anything for it except for my monthly fees. But we'll just go with $8.50. That's a standard price for theaters. Well, I'm taking a whole $1 off because of poor performances from the leads. And I'm going to take another $2 off because the villain in this film, and I don't want to spoil too much, I think was based on Bobby Driscoll and his sad story. And I thought that was completely inappropriate. It might just be a coincidence, but I don't think that was the case. I think they based the villain off of Bobby Driscoll and his sad story, and I'm just going to knock $2 off for that. So that brings it to $5.50 out of $8.50. Oh, by the way, there were some 555 numbers in this, so stay tuned for that. Welcome to the 555 phone book, where we find 555 phone numbers in TV and movies and put them in our 555 phone book. Okay, so as I mentioned in my last video, I watched Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers, the 2022 film. And wouldn't you know it, there were some 555 phone numbers in it. Now, this first one comes by pretty fast. It's in a scene where Chip's trying to sell some insurance. And if you look in the corner, you can see the information from his insurance company. There's an address, and there's a 555 phone number.
The whole package.
Fantastic. You're making the right choice.
Okay, so that was one. Now, the second one comes when they're at this factory that makes Porta-Johns. And wouldn't you know it, on one of the Porta-Johns is a 555 phone number. Okay, so there you have it. I really didn't like this film too much, but it has some 555 numbers going for it, so that's something.